Are you interested in loosening tight and restricted muscles and decreasing sore muscles after a workout to improve your recovery? If so, then foam rolling would be for you. My name is Justin Sneed. I'm a physical therapist at Elite Physical Therapy, and I'm passionate about helping you improve your athletic performance. So I have Cody Holman here with me. He's a physical therapist here at Elite Physical Therapy, and he's going to help demonstrate some different techniques that you can do at home to help loosen up the fascial restriction. Fascia is connective tissue that binds your muscle together to give it its shape. Now you can stretch muscle, however, it's a little bit harder to loosen up the fascia. Fascia needs that pressure to kind of help loosen it up. Repetitive muscle contractions from your exercise will tighten the muscle and the fascia with it. So now we want to loosen up that connective tissue to help you move better, be less sore, and be able to recover from your exercise that much more quickly. So there's a couple of options that we can use. I've got a foam roller here that Cody will be using. You could also use a lacrosse ball or even a tennis ball for more of a focal pressure. In some instances you could even use a rolling pin if you have a rolling pin around your house. So we're going to start with Cody rolling out his calf muscles to decrease the tension in the fascia around the calf. All he's going to do is use his body weight to roll back and forth, up and down, from his ankle to just behind the knee. Now he can put more pressure down onto that by leaning into it a little bit more to put more of his body weight onto it. When you do this, you want to do this technique for anywhere from 30 seconds up to 2 minutes. So I'd say start with 30 seconds, and as your tolerance improves, then gradually increase from 30 seconds to a minute to 2 minutes. We're going to do multiple areas. So now Cody's going to slide forward here or bring the foam roller back so that he can do his hamstrings. So the hamstrings are going to go from the hip or the buttocks all the way down to behind the knee, going back and forth. Here you see Cody doing more of a focal one just for the left hamstring, using the right one to help guide. That also means he's putting a little bit more pressure down through that left side, and you can alternate back and forth with that. Next, Cody's going to turn sideways, and now we're going to work on an area that a lot of people get tight, the iliotibial band, that comes off of the pelvis and goes down to right outside of the knee here. Sometimes this one can be a little bit trickier to do just because of the way that your body has to be contorted and the pressure that it puts down. The IT band is a long structure. It goes from your pelvis to your knee. So you want to do it more in sections. Cody's doing the top half, and then he can switch and do the bottom half by rolling it closer down to his knee, back and forth. And then finally for the legs, Cody's going to turn over onto his stomach and do his quadricep muscles, going back and forth here from the front of the pelvis all the way down to just above the knee. So this is a good way to kind of loosen up the connective tissue around the legs, which sometimes get tight and will prevent you from moving like you're supposed to for your athletic performance. So now we're moving more into the upper area, the upper spine to be exact. We're going into the thoracic area. Here, Cody's going to use the foam roller as a fulcrum. And from here, you can either do arms crossed across the chest or behind the head, however you're comfortable. He wants to make sure he keeps his knees bent, his hips on the ground, his core tight, and all he's doing is arching back over the foam roller to create extension in that thoracic spine. That's a good thing to help improve posture and mobility, not only in the spine, but also in the neck, the shoulders, and the lower back. Now from here, Cody can turn to one side versus the other, and he's going to do a little bit more of a rotational movement with this. So you see here, he kind of rotates back, and as he rotates back, he's opening up everything in those front structures, those anterior structures, and stretching everything there in the back, getting a little bit of mobility too through the ribs. He pauses a second and goes back and forth. So here, you can do more repetitions, 10 times on each side. Same as the last, you could do 10 repetitions of the extension back. Finally, we're going to turn the foam roller just a little bit so Cody can lie on there and do a stretch for the pecs and shoulders. He's got his knees bent, stable on the foam roller, and just letting his arms fall out to the side. He can also kind of change the angle. He could bring his hands up higher to get a different portion of the pec, or even down lower to hit the upper portion of the pec. Each position you'd want to hold for time, starting with 30 seconds and building up to a minute to 2 minutes each way. So remember, recovering from your workout is just as important as the workout itself. If you're interested in a free 30-minute consultation with me, please email me at jsnead, S-N-E-A-D, at eliteptkc.com, or call our office at 816-941-2550.